Welcome back to Philosophy Unpacked. Today, we're diving into a powerful chapter from Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra titled The Child with the Mirror.
This sounds really interesting. To start, where do we find Zarathustra at the beginning of this section? What's his state of mind?
He has once again returned to the solitude of his mountain cave, separating himself from humanity. He's described as being like a farmer who has planted his seeds and is now waiting.
So, he's in a period of waiting, but it sounds like this isolation is becoming difficult for him, not peaceful as one might expect.
Exactly. His soul grows impatient and full of a deep longing for the people he loves, because he feels he still has so much more wisdom and love to give them.
Nietzsche describes this as the hardest thing of all, to close an open hand out of love. What does he really mean by that?
It's about the pain of holding back when you want to give. It's like baking a beautiful cake for your friends, but then having to keep it locked away, even though your only desire is to share it.
That's a fantastic analogy. So, this self-imposed isolation, meant to be a period of reflection, is actually causing him a great deal of pain and impatience.
Precisely. And as months and years pass, his wisdom grows, but this abundance of wisdom actually becomes a source of pain for him because it's not being shared.
So, it's this internal pressure that leads to a breakthrough. I believe the text says a dream serves as the catalyst for his change, right?
Yes. One morning, he wakes up startled by a very specific dream. In it, a child came to him holding a mirror and urged him to look at his reflection.
A child with a mirror seems so symbolic. What did he see when he looked into it? Was it his own face staring back at him?
That's the terrifying part. He didn't see himself at all. Instead, he saw the face of a devil, full of mockery and scorn, which made him cry out in shock.
Wow, that's incredibly unsettling. So, he immediately understands what this nightmare signifies for him and his life's work, doesn't he?
He does. He interprets it as a clear warning that his doctrine, his entire philosophy and teachings are in grave danger of being corrupted.
He uses that great line, tares want to be called wheat. It's a biblical reference, meaning weeds are trying to pass themselves off as a valuable crop.
That's the perfect way to put it. He realizes his enemies have become powerful and have twisted his ideas into something ugly and unrecognizable.
And this distortion has real-world consequences, right? It's not just an abstract problem. It's affecting the people he cares about most.
Yes, the text says this distortion has caused his dearest friends to feel ashamed of the very gifts of wisdom he gave them. His ideas have been made to look monstrous.
So his friends are lost, not physically, but lost in confusion and shame because of how his teachings are being misrepresented. This must be his call to action.
It is. He declares, "The hour hath come for me to seek my lost ones." This dream is the final push he needs to end his solitude.
But his reaction is quite unusual. He doesn't wake up in despair or anxiety. The text describes him very differently, which I find fascinating.
Indeed, he doesn't react with anguish, but rises like a seer and a singer, inspired and filled with a sense of coming bliss like a sunrise.
So, instead of being crushed by this terrible realization, he's energized by it. It gives him a new purpose and a sense of joy.
Yes, he feels transformed. He even asks his animal companions, the eagle and the serpent, if they notice the change in him, this happiness that has come like a whirlwind.
He calls his happiness foolish and too young, though. Why does he describe this profound, motivating feeling in such a self-deprecating way?
It's because this happiness is raw, untamed, and explosive. It's not a calm, serene joy. It's so powerful that he says he is wounded by it.
Wounded by happiness. That's a very Nietzschean idea. He seems to be saying that even joy can be a struggle, a powerful force that you have to contend with.
Exactly. And this leads him to declare he will go down not just to his friends, but to his enemies as well. He is ready to speak, to give, and to love again.
It's like a dam breaking. All that love and wisdom he was holding back is now ready to pour out. The imagery he uses is so vivid.
It truly is. He describes his impatient love as a stream overflowing, rushing from the silent mountains down into the valleys and carving new paths to the sea.
So he's no longer content with being a self-sufficient lake of wisdom. He feels a powerful need for that wisdom to flow outwards and connect with the world.
That's the core of it. He says he has unlearned to keep silence and has become utterance altogether, like the roar of a waterfall.
This also connects to his desire for a new speech. He's tired of the old ways of communicating, isn't he? He feels they are too slow.
Yes, he's become impatient with old, worn-out language. He wants to leap into the chariot of the storm, moving with speed and incredible force.
It's a complete rejection of his previous passive waiting state. He is now all about action, speed, and confronting the world head-on.
And this confrontation includes everyone, which brings us to another key point, his new attitude towards his enemies. He now actively seeks them out.
This is a really challenging idea. Why would he suddenly love his enemies and see them as part of his happiness? It seems so counterintuitive.
He explains it with a fantastic metaphor about his spear. He says the spear he hurls at his enemies is the very tool that helps him mount his wild horse.
So the enemies provide a target for his strength. They give his power a purpose. By challenging him, they help him rise to his full potential.
You've got it. He is grateful to his enemies because they finally give him a reason to unleash the immense power he has been holding back for so long.
That makes so much sense. The opposition isn't something to be avoided, but something to be used as a catalyst for his own growth and expression.
And this expression will be like a storm. He says his happiness and freedom will come like a tempest, casting lightning and hail into the depths.
He seems aware that this new wild wisdom might be frightening to people, though. He predicts that his enemies will think he is the evil one.
He does, and he goes even further. He worries that even his friends might alarm by his wild wisdom and might flee from him as well.
So he's not naive about how this intense, passionate return will be perceived. He knows it might be overwhelming for those accustomed to a gentler approach.
Exactly, which leads to a moment of tenderness. He wishes he knew how to lure them back gently with shepherd's flutes, and wishes his wisdom could learn to roar softly.
It's a beautiful image. His wisdom is like a lioness, born on the rough stones of solitude, fierce and wild, but now looking for a soft place to rest.
And that soft place, he concludes, is in the hearts of his friends, on their love. That's where he hopes this wild wisdom can finally be nurtured.
So the entire chapter is a journey from the pain of isolated potential to the explosive, joyful, and even dangerous act of sharing one's true self with the world.
That is the perfect summary. It's about the necessity of engagement, the embrace of opposition, and the courage to let your inner storm of passion reshape the world.
It really highlights that for Nietzsche, true wisdom isn't something you hoard in a cave. It's something that must be lived, spoken, and even fought for out in the open.
Absolutely. It's a powerful call to leave the safety of solitude and re-engage with life, with all its friends, enemies, and beautiful complexities.
A truly profound and motivating message. Thank you for walking us through that complex and beautiful chapter.